Hello, I am Eve Marie and I am coming to you from Eve's Place of Peace. For today's Wisdom Talk, our focus is on depression. Depression versus sadness versus grieving. They're all a little bit different. The symptoms are a little bit different. I want to focus today as I could say a psychotherapist, as a mental health professional, because I see depression all the time and I hear about it all the time, and the word is used extremely, should we say, loosely. So I want people to really understand what it is that what they're looking at. So probably the most prevalent symptom of depression is probably the lack of motivation, a heavy, like a heavy dark cloud over you, a sadness, or your eating will change. Maybe you're emotionally eating, maybe you're eating too much, but certainly your food intake has changed. Your sleep patterns usually change. Your concentration. You'll have a level maybe of fatigue that comes with depression, irritability. It looks different for everybody, but the issue is that you really want to notice that something is wrong with you, so that you know what, now I can start doing something about it. And there's various levels, there's various degrees of, let's say, the depression. There's mild, moderate, severe, where you can't even get out of bed, you can't function, you don't even want to wash your face. What I hear a lot of times, though, and with people when they're talking about it, is they feel really guilty, as if it's something that they are doing. And I just want to say it's nothing that you are doing. It truly is, should we say, like a chemical imbalance. And if it's moderate to severe, where you're struggling just with everyday life, please reach out to get some help. It's not necessary that people always reach for medications. I'm a clinician that I don't. I believe in the holistic medicines and integrative ways of bringing up the mood, and that can help the depression, especially if it's mild, moderate. But when you get into that moderate, severe, we really do need help. And I would say reaching out to a trusted, licensed professional can be really helpful if you're feeling those symptoms and things have changed. But before you can even reach out, you got to own it for yourself. You got to realize that this is what's going on with me, and I could use some help. I can use someone, to talk to. And I would say that would be the best way of handling it. So sadness is a little bit different. You don't lose all these things, or the symptoms aren't as great. It's a sadness, but you still have to own that as well too, in order to get past it and peel back what was the trigger for it, and so on and so forth. Grieving is a little bit different, because that's a trigger of a loss, and having to deal and not ignore the loss, but allow the sadness and the grieving to somewhat move through you. So I just wanted to speak on that a little bit. That's a little bit of wisdom around, suffering with depression. It's not who you are, it's what you're suffering with. No different than it would be, let's say, the flu or a really bad cold. We got to take something, we got to do something to move past it if we're in it. From my own personal experience with depression, I didn't even know I had depression as a teenager, and I suffered most of my life with it and didn't know it until later in life, when I decided to study psychology and realized really what it was. All my sleeping and not really engaging in life, and not really being consistent, not finishing things. And so it was definitely symptoms of depression. And what I've learned, I never had to really engage in medicine, pharmaceutical meds, but I did find a prescription. I'm going to say my prescription for peace, and that again goes back to my practice and why I'm here. And really, it's feeding my spirit, feeding my soul, feeding my mind, feeding my heart with those things that fill me up. So, for instance, I'm a reader, and if I'm going to read something when let's say my mood dips down, I'm going to read things that are inspiring, that's going to bring my mood up. When I'm listening to music, I'm going to listen to music that's inspiring, that's going to feed my soul. When I'm talking to friends, when I'm talking to people, the people I reach out to are going to be people that are going to feed my soul. Maybe, let's say, for instance, I haven't I can use it now. For the past 3 weeks, I haven't been working out, and I notice when I don't work out, my mood might start to dip. I might not be in a full depression, but certainly my mood dips. Maybe my motivation. I'm not as excited about things, and I know based on my prescription that I use for peace. Oh, girl, you haven't been exercising very much. You better get yourself back out there. And I'll go out and I'll start doing some walks. Like yesterday, that's exactly what I did. I went out and had like an hour and a half walk. It was beautiful, although I'm feeling it today. But the point is that we can all suffer from certain degrees, whether it be mild, moderate, or severe sadness. And if it goes into depression, there's things we can do. And we don't always have to reach for medicines, but we do need to reach for something and not ignore it. And to help ourselves, elevate our moods, elevate to another level so that we can continue on with our lives. So I just want to share my own personal experience just to normalize it. But remember to choose you and practice peace. If you've enjoyed this talk and want to stay connected with us, please like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified every time we post a new wisdom.